How are we wrapping this up?
Like a condom.
Like a twice-used condom.
Like a twice-used condom from Dice.
Hey.
Bye.
Hey.
Put the lube on the inside. Shit.
Welcome to Shitty Cinema, where we love movies and hate ourselves and do a little talk therapy to get over it.
We just yell our thoughts.
We just yell our thoughts. That's probably the truth. I'm Jay.
Hi, Jay. I'm Juice.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Dave.
And this is Shitty Cinema. This month is Don't Quit Your Day Job. Casey, what month is this?
This is the month where you need to be reminded your side hustle's your side hustle because it shouldn't be your main form of monetary gain. Do what you're good at. You know? If you are asthmatic, maybe don't be, like
Maybe
a pacer in a cross-country race. Maybe don't do that. Maybe just yell from the sidelines. That's fine. Do a computer class instead. This month is for people who are doing exactly what they shouldn't be, acting. And most of the time thinking.
And we have some pretty good movies lined up. In fact, Casey, you chose the first movie this month. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this? Yeah. What did you pick? And, tell us why. Who's in this?
That
2001 An Ego Odyssey starring Mariah Carey, also known as Glitter. Glitter. What a fantastic fucking name for a movie and a fantastic wipe for a screen effect in 2001. But we'll get to that. I shouldn't jump ahead.
An Ego Odyssey? That sounds very Homeric.
I wish it was a little more homoerotic, but no, it wasn't. There was absolutely zero fucking sex in this movie.
Yeah, that's...
No, that was dry humping, and that doesn't count because there's no penetration of any sort.
I didn't even say anything.
You lifted your finger, and I knew what that meant.
But yes, you're
I
correct.
know. I know.
I wasn't paying full attention because this movie is so boring. But
before we talk about this movie this week, let's talk a little bit about our theme and what we anticipate encountering in this month, where we hope that our main actors don't quit their day job.
Well, I hope there's more paralytic facial acting. I want to see that
raise.
Eyebrow raise.
Eyebrow raise.
Blinking intensifies.
Mouth twitch.
Dave?
It's called acting. You'd understand it if you saw it, I think.
I really hope that more people that are side hustle acting bring their career to the movie. Because this, this movie is all about not Mariah Carey's career.
Yeah, you got a skill. You lean into it.
Yeah, you gotta have something to transition into there.
This is like if Marshall Mathers decided to do 12 Mile.
12 Mile. We moved a little bit further down the street. Got a good deal.
Yeah, I'm a little worried for this month's theme because I went into this expecting okay, they're not actors, so their emotions are going to be all over the place. Right. And our first taste has said, no, non-actors, they just can't.
They
give you any emotions.
Yeah. It's the same emotion you give when you're reading to orphans at the library. You're like, I'm really putting my heart into this, but I'm very hungover and I kind of want to barf. So we're going to get through the Velveteen Rabbit in record time.
What I'm really excited about is a lot of these are going to be low budget films. So we get to get all of those fantastic cheap sets and crappy costumes. But most importantly, those B-rate directors that really... I just want to know what the mentality was when they watched that and said, yeah, this is what we want to do. We're going to make this guy or this gal the star of this and make this happen. People are going to want to buy this.
Yep.
Yeah, those ones in particular have a very special flavor about them, so I really do.
I feel like it's because you get a lot of influence from the people who are famous, and it's like they want to see themselves as something different. I'm excited to see the difference, how these people want to portray themselves. Now, it's like playing any normal role-playing game, right? You either play yourself or you play the complete antithesis. So you're now either playing Mariah Carey as Mariah Carey 2.0, or you're playing somebody that you really wish that you would be.
Here's what we do at Shitty Cinema. One of our storied traditions is to find a hallway that's lit up with baby glitter coming down from the ceiling.
Oh my God.
And Casey is distracted, and she walks right into this beautiful, glittery elevator.
Oh my God.
The elevator doors close, and she hears a snap
Is that a Hello Kitty button?
as Mariah Carey's teeth chomp through the fucking cable with her lack of emotion. It's plummeting down to its death. You have 10 seconds to tell us what this movie's about, Casey. Go.
Mariah Carey clings to those around her, accidentally becomes successful. Terrence Howard is a goddamn hero.
Nice.
5 seconds.
I had 7.
Yeah, I had 3 to spare.
Yeah. I think that was a pretty accurate overview.
Yeah.
Anyone
I
want to
watched
dispute?
it.
Yeah,
I
know.
I was
No.
there.
I was there. All right. We had a few characters, question mark, in this movie.
Question mark
Yeah.
is questionable.
Question mark is
We
questionable.
basically had 2, but we have Terrence Howard as an honorable mention because
Yes.
he's the best character in the show. We have Billy, a.k.a. Mariah Carey, and we have Dice, her boyfriend.
Dave. Dave loves dice.
I hate dice bags so much.
If you don't want to go commit murder after this film, you didn't actually watch it. This character is the fucking worst.
Spoilers, he gets murdered and it's the best part of the film.
Oh.
Spoilers.
She really-
You just ruined that for me.
Spoilers alert.
Spoilers a lot.
He can't keep his fucking tongue in his mouth. He can't close his mouth. He
All
has
right,
an
all right.
underbite.
We're skipping ahead.
Okay.
Bitching
I'm
about
sorry.
dice is supposed to come later. Tell us more about
Cut
our
the
main
dice.
character,
Billy.
Billy, Mariah. It's just Mariah Carey.
It's Mariah Carey.
Maybe
So
Billy was
She's-
her middle name.
She's sort of not Mariah Carey, though.
Right. The character isn't, but she's not a good enough actress to really.
Everybody's a critic, Dave.
the movie
on this-
opens.
Yeah.
So the movie opens with Mariah Carey being a kid in the bar, watching her slightly high, a little drunk mom kill a fucking set. And then her mom's gracious enough to pull her up on stage. They perform together and it establishes, whoa, this girl can sing.
Holy shit. Was that Keanu Reeves?
He just popped by. He said he was going to. He follows me on Snapchat. Anyway, so you fast forward a bit. You find out mom's a junkie, has to give Mariah Carey to a stranger. Luckily, that stranger was nice and gave her to an orphanage where she meets her 2 best friends. Another glitter swipe. They are backup dancers in a dance club. They meet Terrence Howard, who gives them the great deal of being able to fake sing behind his hot girlfriend who can't carry a tune in a bucket and steal Mariah Carey's voice like hot Ursula.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Wow.
He's hot Ursula.
That is exactly what happened.
I know. I
How did I
watched the
miss
movie.
that?
I was there.
You made us watch the movie. This is your fault.
Enter DJ Dice, or just Dice as he likes to be called by no one, that well, even though he has it in a fucking necklace caught in his little tiny pubic chest hair.
Dave is grimacing hard right
I
now.
just hate dice so much.
This guy looks like if Thomas Jane got run over in the face by a semi with Steve Zahn driving it. It's terrible. It's horrible. Everything is wrong about it. God, I can't not talk about him and not
Yeah.
want to spend 30 minutes disparaging him.
Yeah, no.
Okay, sorry.
It's so easy to get train wrecked.
He decides to help out Mariah Carey, get her in the door at recording studios. Yeah. She's kind of growing in success. He makes her cut out her friends because that's what the label wants. Everything changes, and they split up because the label says, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Get him out of here.
So,
Anyway, they're in love. They're not. They break up. Mariah Carey, just as she realizes her final goal of playing at Madison Square Gardens, this guy Dice gets fucking shot in the chest twice by our man Terrence fucking Howard, Superman, and ends the fucking movie basically.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty much downhill from there. I really wish
We
that it would have
started-
happened sooner.
In a basement. And it got deeper. It got way more downhill.
it really did. We should clarify. Dice bought out her contract from Terrence Howard for $100,000 and then didn't pay and then assaulted him.
Not
pay.
any. He didn't pay a penny.
He didn't just show up at the end of the movie again to shoot dice and then never be seen again.
I mean, I wouldn't
There
be
was-
mad at him if he did.
I would not have either.
I would have still appreciated that as a plot point.
This movie had a lot of plates spinning, and it broke all of them.
Yeah, no, it is Tommy Wiseau-esque as as the frequency it abandons plot lines.
Yeah. They're all over the place. It picks most of them up by the end of it, but they are
No, it doesn't.
Not really.
No, it doesn't. It tries to like pick up the first one that it brought to make the illusion that everything else it dropped didn't matter. But no, they didn't. They dropped a lot of plates on this one, Dave. You're right.
Yeah.
So let's before we get too fucking negative here, say something
Nancy?
nice. What did you love? What did we love about this
What do
movie?
we love about this movie? The only thing coming from my background is I liked the music.
It was amazing.
It was
Ish.
It,
Mariah Carey's amazing.
Okay, listen.
You could have had her fucking singing over hogs fucking and it'd still be
Right.
beautiful.
Mariah
so
Carey was amazing. A lot of the backdrop music sucked.
it
Yeah,
was okay.
no,
it was eh.
it was 2001's interpretation of the 80s.
Wow, that's generous. It was 2001 with a 1980s label just stapled over the top.
We have old technology. Look, we're in the 80s,
This
but everything
is
else is the
the
same. We were
80s.
still hot.
Yeah, Mariah Carey was absolutely fucking phenomenal. The woman is an amazing singer.
And she is gorgeous. I mean, let's
Yes.
just put it out there.
Yeah.
She's modest.
Which,
She's modest. She's loyal.
thanks, DJ Khaled. We really appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
The music is really good, though. We also have Eric Benet in it, who is singing and performing and is also quite handsome.
Fresh Eric Benet.
Fresh Eric Benet.
On a hot summer day.
Yeah, that man is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So, did not discuss this previously, but one thing that I love, the guy who directed this also directed the Our Mrs. Reynolds episode of Firefly.
Oh.
It's not related to this at all, but, you know, he did do something good.
That wasn't
Before
this.
everyone starts sending him hate mail and
I'm
dick
just,
pics,
you know.
he did something good,
He
too.
did good
Hey,
things.
And
Yeah.
Firefly, I think, can outweigh Glitter.
it was, well,
It was a great fucking series.
it really was.
Okay.
But he only did one episode. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But he helped. He helped. He
All right.
helped.
Is there anything else aside from
Yes.
the little picking?
Oh,
Eric,
yeah.
Eric fucking Benet, you don't just gloss over him.
Oh,
I mean, like a layer of saran wrap against his big hot torso.
sweaty.
What? So
That man is cut. I don't have the dedication
I'd
to
let him
work out
cut
like
me.
that.
So,
Yeah.
hey. What? Eric Benet. He's in it, you guys.
He was on screen and Casey was sitting in a puddle.
It was your puddle.
Well, I don't want to brag.
I think we had a cumulative.
Cumulative?
We had a community juicy pussy,
A
is what he's
community-
saying.
Oh,
Thank you.
I like it. Eric
Um,
Benet is a really likable character in this.
Backstreet or
Yeah.
nothing.
He's
He
actually one of
appreciates-
the best characters in this movie.
Yeah, he's the only truly good guy in the movie.
He's likable. He's kind.
He acknowledged
He
that
has
Mariah
like
Carey was
5
hot.
lines.
Yeah, I know. That's
Well,
the fucking point.
Exactly. And it's if you know, even an idiot can be presumed smart if he keeps his mouth shut.
Juice
whatever
gets
actual-
it.
Yeah.
Juice gets it.
Like,
it's a
I
low
love
bar.
it.
Yeah.
I realize that in this movie, less is more.
Yes. That's what Mariah Carey's mom said.
Oh,
Before she burned the fucking house down.
Right on.
and sold her.
I
Was that a
don't,
selling? I think that was
maybe.
CPS.
I don't know.
I think that's how that worked
I'm
in
not
the
a
80s.
I'm not a scientist.
She surrendered her to an orphanage, so donated.
You want me to pick up a baby?
it's you know
That's
it's
$15 plus cab fare.
it's a tax write off.
I can get all
Don't-
over New York
don't
if I
write
just
us.
pick up babies. Let's also talk about another diamond in the rough. Fucking Terrence Howard.
Oh yeah. Well, love Terrence Howard
Why is he so wonderful?
because he's crazy.
Yeah.
That makes for a
and
good
he's
actor.
crazy hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get down on
Yeah.
that.
Get down on it.
Yeah, he's not trying very hard in this.
No.
You don't have to.
But he wears his hat at a jaunty angle.
It's so that light hits his eyes. He knows his lighting. He knows his angles.
There's a
You can't fault him for that.
There's a slightly sardonic smile on his face in every
Love it.
scene. He knows what he's in right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's in on the joke with you.
Terrence Howard plays a miniature version of his character that he will later play in Dreamgirls in this movie. He's the same
Yeah.
character,
And
just a
then-
miniature
and-
version.
and
he was
then
in that
in
too.
Empire. Yeah.
Yeah, and Empire. This is just the
This is just Terrence
the
Howard, the
germination of
documentary.
this. Exactly. Absolutely.
He dresses up in old-timey clothes and then tries to make girls groups all the time.
He is the Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase is Chevy Chase.
Oh,
No, I mean, I think
no.
Terrence Howard does play other characters. I just think that they typecast him a lot, and that this is an early, maybe even the genesis of that.
Motherfucker gotta
Or
make that paper.
is he playing an evil girl group guy playing an actor playing a character? What? Get your fucking shovel and
He's
dig it.
reinventing your math.
Oh my God, he's a real Daniel Day-Lewis.
He really believes that 1 × 1 is 2 and is developing proofs to demonstrate that,
You
and
know what?
is investing a ton of money in this.
Before I talk shit, I guarantee he could get a better grade in any math class than me. So
I
I can't argue with him.
If one can't comprehend 1 × 1, I'm skeptical of that.
But as long as he just like goes along with it for the class grade, I'm still gonna guarantee he can do way more math than me. Yeah. Anyway, Terrence Howard is the savior of this whole fucking movie, minus Mariah Carey's great singing / awful goddamn lip syncing that ruined everything. He ends the worst pain of the movie, which is Dice, which we've been staving off to get into because we hate him so much. So please fasten your seatbelts, put on your straitjacket, get an apple to bite into like a pig in a roast.
Terrence Howard plugs Dice, and we celebrate.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yes.
And it's really obvious, the scene that it leads up to it. Terrence Howard is sitting in a car, and Dice walks by him, and he gets out of the car, and he goes, "Hey, Dice." And Dice
more
stops,
like
and he looks back.
Hey, Dice.
And he walks over, and Terrence Howard has one hand in a jacket to the side, which is clearly holding a fucking
It
pistol.
was a trench coat. It wasn't a jacket.
It was a
I
trench coat.
seriously expecting him to pull out a shotgun.
I was hoping it was a Tommy gun, personally. Say hello to my little friend.
I was hoping it was
You know?
Benoit balls he was going to throw at him like rubber
A
bullets.
bolo. He whips out a bolo and trips him and then stabs him in the face.
Terry
Yeah.
impersonating.
Or
But it's not. It's
he had his keys in his pocket, unlocks his car, and all the fucking Ninja Turtles pop out and murder Dice.
Even better, he
That would've
whips
been
the
good,
trench
too.
coat back, pulls his lightsaber out, and cuts fucking Dice's head off. It's
and
the
then
80s.
he
We're in
becomes
Star
Lando
Wars, man.
Calrissian.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
who should've
This is
played
the real
Lando.
story.
Okay, that'll
See?
be on the website, us recasting the
Yeah.
entire Star Wars movies.
if only.
Right.
Unfortunately, he doesn't do that. He has a pistol.
It's fine, he killed him.
He shoots
killed
Dice
him.
point blank.
Loved it.
It was scary for a minute there. I thought he was going to survive.
Oh,
I really thought we were going to cut to like Dice in the hospital and she skipped her Madison Square Gardens and blah blah.
gotta check
But no,
on
he's
my
dead.
man.
He's dead. You guys, we can sleep at night.
Everyone is safe.
Dice mentioned something very telling when Mariah Carey buys him a keyboard for no reason, and he admits that this is the first time anyone's ever given him a gift. This guy's like 35.
Shit.
Okay.
How have you been living your life to ensure that no one would ever give you a gift?
I think we need to consider this in the frame of Dice, right? So what do we know about Dice? Dice is a DJ. We know that he was on a magazine cover, and
He
he
can
is a quote-unquote
only-
successful DJ.
He can only breathe through his mouth.
He can...
His nose is purely aesthetic.
We know that he bathes in cologne. This is stated in the movie.
It's stated in the movie.
His
yeah.
mouth
Right.
tastes like
Yeah,
cologne.
they talk about
Yeah.
how bad he smells.
When-
Okay.
wait, hold on. And when he's
You
on
know
the
who else
radio,
did? Osama bin Laden.
when he's on the radio, he makes up his own aliases. Yo, this is the Dice Man, a.k.a. number 7. What the fuck is that
Lucky
shit?
7.
I just want to, before we move on, you said that he won awards. The only DJ awards that we saw is a magazine poster in
Right.
his apartment. I'm saying he got that printed himself because
Something he
Fair.
posed in front of. We
We
just had
completely
discovered
fair.
green screen.
someone was offering this as a service because we saw him as a DJ and he is a terrible DJ.
He literally was like, playing like a really banging disco song with a heavy bass.
It was an upbeat.
And then it was
song.
like,
Yeah, let's just
And
slam it over to the
here's
girl
some
group.
Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams comes along.
And he plays that fucking song.
That fucking song from the Robin Hood soundtrack.
He does give us, so he does go out into the crowd and get the crowd pumped up, which was fun. And
No,
gives us
the
a great
drugs
line.
got the crowd.
The
pumped
crowd,
up.
sure.
Try
Go
to
on, go on.
humanize him, Jay. No, he's not a human being.
And he's not getting on the furniture.
He's just on more drugs than everybody else.
Well, he's inviting people to participate on the microphone, and we get, you can laugh, you can sing, you can make love to the DJ if that's your thing.
Weak
I
rhymes.
wish
Weak rhymes.
some huge.
Weak
That's
ass-
fucking verbatim.
rhymes.
I typed that
Dice.
shit down.
I want to see this like 6'8" bear in chaps and leather suspenders be like, "Fuck yeah!"
Hey, bitch.
You said it was okay.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let's talk about Dice's fucking home, too. Let's
Ugh.
tell people where this son of a bitch lives.
A loft. Could you imagine anybody else?
It
living
looks like
anywhere
something
else?
out of MTV Cribs because I think MTV produced this movie.
Probably.
Oh yeah, this would be like $25,000 a month now.
And in the corner of it,
It would be more than that.
he has a plethora of fucking
It
instruments.
would be way.
It would be
more
way
than
more
that.
than that.
I mean, it was still
New
in a
York-
pretty shitty neighborhood. It's probably gentrified by now.
Right.
Gentrification.
This is also pre 9/11.
It's funny.
So he has a bunch of fucking instruments in his home, but and one 1980s looking computer to let us know that it's the 80s.
It's the 80s, you guys.
What's that fucking one wooden
Did you see when
xylophone
everybody
that he
wore
has?
leopard print?
Xylophone, yeah.
It's Miranda. Which he totally plays it, you guys. He does not play it.
He
Those
does not play.
hands.
No.
He does play the drums. He lays down a
Yep.
fucking beat for a guy and later in the movie, and
The
he is
fuck wrong
legitimately
with you
playing
guys
with the
trying
drums.
to
Oh my-
humanize this guy.
Did Casey
No.
just compliment Dice?
That's what I'm saying. You did before earlier, so
What?
don't fucking talk shit.
Did I?
Yeah, I think me and Dave are the only ones that believe.
Yes, Dicebag played the drums. He still lives in a douchebag apartment. And
Yeah.
can we talk about his fucking clothing now?
Yeah, let's talk about his
no.
clothing.
Oh yeah.
A few of the
Oh,
things
no.
this guy wears. A chain with his name in diamonds.
Vertically.
No, it was
Vertically.
just gold.
Dice.
It was just gold. It was the 80s. It was
It's
just gold.
atrocious either way.
Right.
I hate it.
He does not look good in yellow.
and it's
gold.
not his name. Well, it's his name he's given himself. Dice.
You can't pick your own nickname. That's
Dice.
not how nicknames work.
No.
Did we mention he bathes in cologne?
Yeah, he wears a lot of cologne.
Old English.
Frequent-
We decided it's fucking
Brute.
old English.
Brute.
Old English.
No, it's old English. He mixes glitter into the bottle. He calls it New English.
He calls it the colonies.
Casey, will that be available on the website?
Oh yeah, we'll have that recipe on the website
We've already received several cease and desist.
and several orders.
Yeah, he frequently wears leather pants that we dubbed the dice bag.
Oh my god, it's so humid in the dice bag. Your
not.
fucking your Cuban cigar will just molt.
Was a trench coat length vest with no shirt underneath.
So just
No.
open tits flying out in the air. I didn't count.
And we get to see him on a quote unquote news show where he is fucking picking his belly button.
Playing with
Fucking
his belly
TV.
button.
Look at how sexy I am. I'm
Doing
the
that is the
douchebag.
visual equivalent of clipping your nails at the same table you
It's
eat
disgusting.
at while your friend's sitting across.
He looks
from you.
fucking
Like,
creepy as fuck.
No. Ugh.
And the thing I hate most, we're supposed to like Dice. He's ostensibly one of the lessons Mariah has to learn about not abandoning people. No, abandon Dice.
Also, about not going back to your fucking exes, people.
We haven't-
Terrence Howard provides a service where he shoots them in the chest so you don't have the fear of going back to your ex.
We're missing the elephant in the room. What does Dice sound like when he talks?
I thought we were going to get you a soundtrack in a movie. No, get your hands up. I'm going to go smoke outside even though it's the 80s. And I can smoke.
Like, yeah, fuck
I can
that.
smoke in a polio tube with the kid still inside.
I read at least one review of this movie that claimed he was trying to do a British accent, and I did not. I got mocked from Boston.
Yeah,
all
I
the
got
way
Mac
through on
from
this.
Boston, but a shitty Mac from Boston.
Yeah, like somebody
like me
who,
doing Mac from Boston.
Yeah, somebody who once had that accent described to them but not demonstrated.
Mm-hmm. He does get to have fake sex with Mariah Carey.
He dry
Yeah.
humps Mariah Carey.
It
on
was
several
that,
occasions.
She's wearing high cut French cut granny panties though.
Two things. One, jealous because I would love to have a scene where Mariah Carey cuddles with me. Sign me up. Two, and this is, I think, more importantly, is that Casey said, I feel like he thrusts like he's scooting up at the dinner table.
scooting his chair up to the table.
I just want mashed potato. He's so fucking good.
Getting at that gravy.
He seriously, his lower jaw is so jutted out from his face like some kind of fucking reptile.
Like a bulldog.
An unnamed reptile at the zoo where you're just like, oh, God, thank God there's only 4 of those left. I can't wait. Oh, they are fucking creepy. Look at their eyes go different ways. I don't like that. He's horrible. He is the worst the worst. Looking at his face makes me think I've been subjected to some kind of MK Ultra training. When I see that face, I'm like, I should probably start getting out my imaginary gun and shooting people immediately. I think this is the code. Oh, yeah, this is the code. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, anyway, we've been bitching about him for a while.
What else?
There's still more to bitch about.
Oh, was everyone else a good actor?
No.
That's
Mariah Carey's definition of acting is flicking her eyebrows a couple of times and then maybe pouting.
Her right eyebrow is very active.
I mean, I am jealous because I can't cock an eyebrow. So to see her
It's
just
like a
do
fucking
it,
Geiger counter.
You are leaving out a whole lot of blinking here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There is some subtlety implied in how
She's the
terrible.
original
Right.
white guy surprised blinking meme. Where he just leans back like, I'm sorry, what did you just...
honestly,
I'm sorry, Dave. I
Butterfly kisses? Is that what you want?
didn't know I couldn't do that.
I want to see a supercut of this movie personally, where someone goes through and translates all of her blinking through every scene into Morse code.
Into Morse code?
Yeah, to see what she
wanna
said.
see-
Who is
yes.
I
Morris?
think she was.
Morrissey twat. Debrat also does some eye motion.
Yeah,
but that's
Debrat's in
about
this.
it.
She's one of Mariah Carey's two cronies.
Yeah, they're not really allowed to have much screen time, but
No,
you know,
no.
and like 4 lines apiece, maybe.
I think Debrat does a better job than Mariah Carey does, personally.
She didn't have to do it as much. I think she'd be equally as bad.
Yeah, probably, but I had a lot less of it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
She does have a lot more emotion displayed. They're not great ones, but it's something.
Yeah.
I would say-
otherwise really flat.
And she has
movie.
actual,
Yeah.
like, body movement, whereas Mariah Carey just kind of, like, limps around and sways her body a little bit.
The backup singers were almost something.
They were almost characters.
Yeah, I mean they were characters, just not good ones.
That.
They tried, I guess, and nobody else was, so I'll give them credit for that.
I don't know. The second backup dancer, her Latina friend, she was on point. I would have asked to get her number personally.
No, Juice, you did make several points during the movie where she was actually doing a pretty good job of acting.
She was doing a good job of acting. She was the comic.
She was believable.
believable comedic relief.
Right.
The scene with her doing.
She was the closest thing to comedic
Well,
relief.
yeah.
So we got her and Terrence Howard are the pieces of glitter in this turd.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only laughs this movie got out of me were alternate versions of it we were creating while this shit heap just rolled on.
That's true.
Can we talk about this Katamari shit heap and pick up one more thing we hated before we fucking crash it into a wall? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I thought it was rhetorical.
This film was made in 2001.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was made in 1983.
It was. This is a documentary from 1983. This film is made in 2001. Nothing they wore was from the 80s. None of
Nothing.
their hair was from the 80s.
I saw one guy that had like some curls that seemed to be a little bit more natted. I was like, all right, that's the only one motherfucker that looked like he could fit. But
Someone used hairspray. One person on this set used hairspray. This movie was not. What am I trying to say? I'm
I
so
don't
fucking
know.
angry. I'm just.
No, this,
I'm very rarely am I speechless.
let it
They,
go,
like,
Casey.
what they did
They're
was
walking
they
around
did.
with a Roxy T-shirt, and Roxy wasn't even made till 1990.
What they did is they took a set in 2001 and put a couple of kitschy, quote-unquote, 80s pieces and then said, hey, they were in the 80s now, and that's it.
Wait a minute. Really quick alternate plot point. Maybe the other backup dancer founds Roxy. Someone Google that. Is Roxy made by a Latina woman from New York?
I
don't know.
I'm not giving them
No,
that.
I
much
bet it
credit.
is. I
I
bet
don't wanna
that's what
know.
the movie's really about.
No.
But
Don't
Mariah
wanna
Carey
know
was an
100%.
attention whore.
I
This is
like
a
that
strong
story.
story of success.
This
This
is
is
Dave.
a strong story of success. I
No,
like
they put cassette tapes and leopard print, and they were done. That's
It was a
as far as-
leopard print themed party. Why would you not love a
Mariah
leopard print
Carey-
themed
that. Was
party?
Cheetah, you fuck.
It was
Yeah.
all of them.
Damn it.
Mariah Carey's hair was so fucking smooth the whole time. Nobody's hair was smooth in the 80s. Also, her eyebrows were 1997 all the way.
There were very few
there was
eyebrows
not
to
enough
be
body hair.
to
There
speak
weren't
of.
as much. There were not enough. Nobody's wearing glasses. Nobody could see in the 80s, and nobody could afford fucking contacts. Everybody was unattractive, dorky, and that's why they do cocaine at night and go dance their blues away. There were no glasses. What the
I
fuck?
feel like that's probably an accurate description.
The
of
only
the
person
80s.
that looked legit was her manager, the manager lady.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She looked
Yeah.
like an 80s mom.
What about
she-
the guy that wore an overcoat in the middle of a business meeting?
That man didn't actually work there. He killed the man that wore the coat.
I like this coat.
He's one of the janitors. When he was cleaning up, he tried on a coat that was left there, and somebody just grabbed him. He's in too far now.
That was
He
just
said,
a
I'm
weird
going
thing
to
that
get
I
a
noticed.
raise of $100,000
Hey,
by June.
There's terrible decisions all the way around in this movie. There's shots that go on for just so long. So very long.
We call it a directorial turtle.
Okay, well then, let's ask the
Everything's too
important
slow.
question.
It's too long.
Dave, would you watch this again?
You know, if somebody made a version of it where every time they're in a studio listening to music, they cut in Popo's out.
Popo's out.
Right.
Popo's out. Po.
That, or if they made an alternate ending where Terrence shows up and shouts, "Terrence always gets paid," and then impact font flashed, "Terrence always gets paid," and the movie just ends. I would watch that. The movie as it is, if I've got enough to drink and some people to make fun of it with, I didn't have that bad of a time. So maybe, yeah.
Nice. I didn't expect that.
I threw a little curveball at you, but
Right.
it was really boring. It was really
Yeah.
predictable. There was a lot to make fun of. So if you
Great
go
vocals.
into it, yeah, and some great vocals, a decent enough soundtrack to listen to, and then a really crappy soundtrack other times to make fun of. So go into it with that expectation, and not too bad. Oh, that's
Jay?
brilliant.
Would you watch it again?
Okay, I have a cut that I would watch again because in the middle of the movie there's a scene, and it's roughly about an hour in, about halfway through. There's a scene in which Mariah Carey is walking down the street and she thinks she sees her mom as a homeless person on the streets. And they walk out, and there's a moment where she pauses, and her mom is standing on the street corner. Mariah Carey is a little bit ways down on the sidewalk, and they lock eyes, and there's silence, and we cut back and forth. And in my version, this is where the movie ends. What happens is we cut back to the mom standing there, homeless. A bus comes, takes her the fuck out, slide whistle, black screen credits.
Done.
No explanation, nothing else. Just the movie ends that way, and then in that case, yeah, I'd watch that fucking movie again because it would totally come out of left field. You'd have no fucking clue what happened.
And it was like
Tons of
45 minutes
questions.
in.
Yeah, it would have been fucking perfect.
Would have been.
Can I
fuck-
make
So in
a
that case-
suggestion?
Yes. What?
You need to stop watching K-dramas with me. You're getting too excited about these Korean death trucks and death buses. And you're going to bring that kind of energy to our home.
Well, that's the only version of this movie I'm going to watch. Juice, would you watch this movie again?
Only if you find that version of the movie. That's the only way. Otherwise, no. This movie was terrible. This movie hurt. Even the singing didn't make up for Dice Bag's Dice Bagger.
Ah, you fucking dice bag.
You fucking dice bag. Casey, you fucking dice bag. Since you brought all of this shit upon us, would you watch it again?
I have a couple things to say to you first. I know you're a fly DJ and all.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Forgot that was a line in this.
I would watch it again on two conditions. I could either skip through to just the songs because Mariah Carey is talented as fuck. And as most people would say, they drag their fucking balls across broken glass for 2 miles just to hear her fart through a walkie-talkie because she's fucking amazing.
People say
She is.
that?
Oh, yeah. I would do that for Beyonce.
There is just a soundtrack you could listen to, though.
Right. Okay. But also,
If only there was a
she's
way
super
of-
hot. So, I
She
mean,
is.
it's not bad to look at either.
She can't lip sync to her own shit, though, which is
I know.
No,
What is
it's
that? How
very
could she-
distracting.
It's really bad.
It's very
really distracting.
If you're doing a quiet note, don't open your mouth all the way. Okay, calm down. It's incredibly distracting and very awful to watch. But the second condition I would watch this movie again, I'm going to say third. The second is also Dave's contingency of, oh, okay, we're drinking heavily with friends to make fun of, blah, blah, blah. The third is if we got to see the real movie. What this movie is really about is an immortal cat that Mariah Carey got as a child. In the very beginning, when her mom sells her presumably to a taxi woman, she takes a kitten to an orphanage. They allow her to keep this
write-off, Casey.
They allow her to keep this kitten. She lives with it the whole time.
No, they didn't. They just killed the kitten, and she had to get another one.
So they keep replacing full-grown orange tabbies.
Actually, yes, because the first time when she's a little kitten, she has the kitten. It grows like 8 months between shots. That's a different cat. The first cat is dead.
Oh, see, I gave him some Flintstone vitamins. Now don't feed him anymore; I'll get too big. But that's what'll happen to you if you eat them too. So we'll eat your vitamins. So you see this cat through the whole fucking movie, and like 20 years has gone by, and the cat's still relatively young looking. I think this is like a Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch sort of situation, and I want to see what the plans this cat has been hatching off screen. Maybe he's the one that really did the deal with Terrence Howard. God, maybe he has a giant life-size dice machine, and really, it's Dice is the cat.
He's the one who let Terrence
That's why
in.
he doesn't know how to be a fucking human.
Knocked the phone off the
so
hook
many
and
better
called
movies.
Terrence when
Right.
Dice was talking about it.
How many times did Dice put his hand up like he was going to bat at some string, but he chose not to hit Mariah Carey like a good fucking guy. So yeah, I would watch this movie if I were drinking heavily, or if they did a supercut of just the cat scenes. Yeah.
That was a doozy. This is an interesting way to open up Don't Quit Your Day Job. A month dedicated to people that shouldn't quit their fucking day job.
Dice bag.
And believe it or not, even though we're making $100,000 an episode on this podcast, we all are keeping our day jobs. So
Yes.
Yeah.
it's
Thanks,
called
Squarespace.
security.
Thanks, Squarespace. Dave, next week I think you have a treat for us. What is that?
I hope so.
If it's your dick in a box again, I swear to God, I'll slam that
The
shut.
first 5 times it was funny.
The 7th wasn't. It was a funeral. asshole.
I'll never...
dicks in this box. Oh, Dave, no. Dave, what are you bringing
my
next
grandma.
What am I bringing? Yeah.
Grandma.
I'm not bringing my dick in a box. I am bringing Simon Says, spelled S-E-Z.
Ooh,
Of
thank you for
course.
the clarification.
Starring Dennis Rodman.
Mm-hmm.
I have not
Whoa.
watched... Yeah, that Dennis Rodman. I have
Heavy
not
hitter.
watched this movie. I've seen him in other movies. He's not good.
Yeah, no, he's in some classic Van Damme.
No shit.
Double
He's
Trouble.
also in
Didn't
How
see
to
that
Lose a
one.
War in 10 Days, the Kim Jong-un romance.
Aw.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This was a great time. Anybody else want to come back tomorrow?
No.
No. Why?
I need time.
All right. Well,
How about
then-
the week?
All right. See you guys next week.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome night, guys.
Night.
Bye-bye.